I will.
So Sonic Superstars was game released in 2023 on October 17th, I think. And it is supposed to be based off of the classic Sonic design. Now, I first played through the Knuckles story. I went back and forth for a little bit trying to decide, but of course I chose Knuckles. Now, I do want to say that I did play this in the Italian version, as that is one of my family's, that's my family's native language. I loved the return of Fang in this because, oh my freaking god, he has not been in a lot of stuff in many years. There are so many Sonic characters that have been scrapped for the years. I also love the animation style for the cutscenes because they're just like this cute silent movie type cutscenes where there's no speaking or anything like that, and it's really cool. The loading screens, however, lasting like 20 to 30 seconds, is a little long, especially for a Nintendo Switch game. I will say that. I am playing the Switch version, so please bear with me. The 3D cutscenes are also awesome to look at. Again, the scene transitions are really slow for a lot of this, and it's quite unfortunate. It did kind of throw me out of the loop for a little bit with how slow the loading screens are, but the art style for the levels is absolutely gorgeous. It is one of the best arts for Sonic, if I say so. And it's a shame that the gameplay for all of the characters is not exactly up to par. Knuckles controls really cleanly. He controls really smooth. I am loving how Knuckles controls. I am having trouble throughout playing over and over again getting him to jump high, and I think that is kind of sad, but he's not near as rigid as some of the other characters we'll get into in a little bit. But going through Act 1, it did take me a little while as I continuously got stuck on the bridge, and this is the bridge I'm talking about when you're halfway through the little thing. I kept jumping and falling, and I was like, I guess I'm not going fast enough. Well, we'll try to go faster. And let me just say, like, the drop dash thing in the new Sonic games is nowhere near as good as the spin dash, as far as like controlling and going fast. But I could make a compilation of just all of the times I tried to do this and failed miserably. At least Knuckles' animation for when he falls is absolutely freaking adorable. But I don't like how once you jump, like when you jump, do the jump motion, your running speed is so slowed. It like goes to a half speed, and it is really insane because most Sonic games don't do that. So it's a little jarring when you try to get back up to speed and it takes you about 20 seconds. It is a little jarring. It's a little off-putting. I do, like I said, love the game design. I love the backgrounds and the details on the enemies. I absolutely adore that. I adore that, like, Knuckles' little feet go doo as if he's Sonic almost. It's a really nice, like, loop. Sonics go into, like, the infinity symbol, almost an 8 shape. So they are unique for each character, but they are neat. Next thing I want to get into is basically the time trials. The time trials are a lot of fun. I played through with Knuckles a few times, and then I also tried the other characters. Now I do want to make you guys aware, I only did Tails once, so I don't have any footage for Tails, unfortunately. I only did him the one run. But Amy plays so well in this game. Usually her controls are just like a duplicate of Sonic's, but with a hammer. But in Sonic Superstars, she is by far the best controlled, even more than Sonic, or, well, definitely more than Sonic. We'll get into that in a minute. But more than Knuckles even, and it's really unfortunate because Knuckles is my favorite character. But I do like Amy's controls and how she plays. I am not a big fan of her reverting to like the Sonic fangirl motif, but in future games and in like later in the timeline, even in the classic, in the Archie comics and stuff, she becomes her own person. So, you know, I know she can get better. I love that the programmers and developers for the game actually took into account making her playthrough actually smooth and nice. Like I said, she plays better than all of them. It is amazing. I did multiple time trials with her, and I just really enjoyed how smooth her controls were, and that she didn't really slow down, like, at all. And it was really amazing. I found myself playing her for a good few hours, just playing her run, trying to beat my own time on the thing. And I never expected to do that with Amy Rose of all characters. Her design, of course, is based on the original design from when her first appearance was. It is very cutesy, as it should be, because she's supposed to be back at her age of 12 years old in this version. And so it is adorable. She's got her little shirt back and her headband, and she has pants. Why she is the only hedgehog who wears pants and a shirt, I do not understand, but her outfit nevertheless is adorable. I like how, like I said, she controls smoothly, and honestly, just playing with her is visually pleasing. Like, if you look at this run, it just looks awesome. Like, even if you're struggling with her or something, it still looks awesome. Her little flips and her hammer and everything, and she just like moves so easily. It looks awesome. Now let's talk about something that's not awesome, as I've teased throughout the video. Fucking Sonic. Oh my god. He starts off okay, but as soon as you start to run into obstacles and stuff, it is ugh. He is so rigid and so hard to control. It is insanity. Like, I should not struggle this much, especially like when he's supposed to be the main character. Like, I got very annoyed with this so much. I was like, there's no reason why it should be taking me 2+ minutes to complete a speed run for a time trial for Sonic. Like, why? And then I continue to run him just to like get him to control better, and it was really hard, and I don't understand why. Like, there's no reason he should have had so many issues. Now, on this first run, it's not as clear. Like, there's that one part where I struggled to get through with him, but it is really the second run I did with him that really shows how awful it is. This one I struggled with as well, and this one, like I said, the second run is a little worse, but the bridge loop I should not be struggling that much on. There is no reason he should be this hard to control. Of course, he looks amazing. The models, the 2.5D models for this game are phenomenal, but oh my goodness. It is rigid, and it feels rigid too, especially when you have like vibration controls and stuff turned on, and you can like feel when you run into stuff. It is oof. It is a bit oof. It's really unfortunate. I know I don't really play Sonic games for Sonic as much anymore these days. I play for the other characters his sidekicks and stuff, but I should not have been struggling so much with this. I should not have had to fight so hard to get under a minute with a character that is by far probably the simplest character out of all of them to play in this game, and he's still, like, his controls are so broken that it's hard as hell to play him. It is really sad because I was really looking forward also to playing him, even though he's not my favorite character in the game series anymore. He's not even my second favorite character in the game series anymore. He hasn't been for a very long time. You know, my first being Knuckles, second being Shadow, and then after Shadow is Tikal. It is really sad. I quite like him still, but oh, the playstyle is awful. And the fact that, like, you can't even, like, collect your rings even if you tried to collect all of them at once because they vanish within 0.5 seconds is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I will say I love the little bird who pops up, but, like, honestly, I am still baffled that it's so stiff. And in all the reviews I watched as well, just to see how people reacted other than me, because I feel like mine is going to be a little rough. Everyone was still angry about, like, the art style reverting. Like, either that or they were happy with the art style reverting, but they were like, oh, what is this cutscene stuff? But other than that, the biggest problem I think we're going to have is the DLC. The DLC isn't necessarily a problem per se. It's very cute. It all looks really good. But at the end of the day, there are so many loopholes in order to get all of the DLC. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, allow me to introduce some videos from some other creators who I support who are within the Sonic fan base and let them explain what I mean by that.
I never thought I would play Sonic Superstars again, and it was because of this new bizarre DLC. You see, Sonic and IHOP are having a crossover where they have Sonic-themed breakfast items, but that's not what's important here. You see, what makes this collab interesting is if you go there, you can get an exclusive outfit for Amy in Sonic Superstars. And the more I look at it, she kind of looks like a blonde character that we all know. And yes, I mean Alice. What do you think I was referring to? Now, in order to get this skin, you need to have the IHOP Rewards app and get pan coins, where every $5 spent is 1 coin. Amy's skin costs 5 coins. I think you can figure out the math there. Now, some may ask, is it really worth going to a breakfast restaurant to get this outfit? Yes, 100% absolutely. I went and got the Sonic pancakes and Eggman Benedicts, but there was a problem when I got my coins. The skin is only available on consoles. If you have the game on PC like me, you're screwed. But I ended up making bad financial decisions and bought Sonic Superstars again, and now I have the outfit that makes me feel like an undervalued working class individual. It looks adorable though when she has the outfit on, so a 10 out of 10 DLC.
Sega, you had one job! It is cute, it's a cute costume, but God forbid they give us an actual official classic Shadow, and I know y'all gonna be commenting saying it doesn't make sense for Shadow to have a classic form. Dog, they can be Legos in this. I am glad it's free, because if it wasn't, I would be so butthurt right now, but it's the year of Shadow, and it's definitely started off with a bang. I never thought I would see the day that Classic Sonic became a fanboy. The shippers are going to go crazy.
Sonic Superstars DLC is a mess? Okay, so let me get this straight. You need to buy the Digital Deluxe Edition to get these LEGO skins, this Rabbit skin, and the Mecha Sonic parts for the battle mode. But then you also need to make sure you pre-order it so you can get the LEGO Eggman skin to match with your LEGO Sonic skin that you'll apparently get for free at some later date. But you're not done yet. You have to then enter your email on Sega's website so you can get a key for the Modern Amy skin. Then, after all that, you have to spend money at Kroger, the grocery store, so you can get these cel-shaded skins. By the way, I hope you're not playing on Steam, because then you're not getting those last 2 items at all.
Yeah, I was not kidding about the DLC. Now let's talk about the metal characters, because there is a lot of customization for the metal characters in this game. You have a metal Amy even, which I've not really seen before this, honestly, even with playing the game for a long time, like the game series in general and collecting the comics. And now I want to say something controversial. My favorite is not Knuckles in the metal characters. No. It's fucking Knights. I was not expecting a metal Knights, but oh my goodness. They look beautiful. I was so happy. I am a huge Nights into Dreams fan, if you are not familiar. I used to make a lot of content about them when I used to put gaming content on my main channel still, before moving over to a side channel. And I've been so sad that we have not had a no Nights into Dreams game since 2007. It has been almost 20 years. It is baffling to say it's been almost 20 years. That's insane to say it's been almost 20 years. I was 10 years old last time I played it, and we rented it from a Blockbuster. It was baffling, and it was on the Nintendo Wii too, so it's not as widespread available. A lot of people haven't played it yet. Now, I shouldn't be super surprised they added Nights to this, because Nights is playable in both of the Sonic Riders games, and there are so many references to Nights in the first two Sonic Riders games. Also playable in a lot of the racing games that are not Riders games. But also something I didn't know is Nights makes a cameo as a statue in Sonic Generations for DS, which I have not played. Now that I'm done with my tangent about Nights into Dreams being in Superstars, I also want to acknowledge that I kind of went off on a tangent there, but I do not think that Superstars is a horrible game. Just like I don't think Forces is a horrible game. I think they have some really good elements. I think a lot of the anger comes from it not being exactly like the Genesis games or the adventure games, which seem to be the only acceptable things that fans of Sonic are willing to accept, and which is why Mania is held up in such a high regard. But Superstars is kind of crapped on for gameplay wise. I actually never heard any reviewers bring up the bug I kept experiencing with Sonic having issues controlling him prior to me playing it myself, which is kind of odd. You would think that would be their primary concern, is if the game plays well or not if it is exactly like their older games that they liked. Overall, I give this a 7.5 out of 10. If they can fix Sonic, I'll probably give it a higher score. But currently, he is still quite very broken.